Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past couple days, oh my comrade, you've certainly missed a bit. Tensions between Iran and the United States have escalated tenfold due to a Trump-ordered airstrike on an airport in Baghdad. The two missiles fired by a US drone caused the dust to settle with 24 people dead, one of them being a critical blow to Iran, the death of their top military general, the head of Iran's elite Quds force. This has led to an explosion of anger throughout Iran, with Iran's supreme leader warning that a harsh retaliation is waiting for the United States. This was showcased in the form of a riot, with Iraqi military supporters breaking the US embassy compound in Baghdad, smashing the main door, and setting the building ablaze. Since US embassies are used for American affairs in foreign countries, as well as to preserve and protect the relationship between the host country and the United States, this can be seen to many as Iran's direct attack on the United States, with Articles 21 to 25 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations implying that US embassies are US territory, stating that they should be undisturbed and protected to avoid conflict. It's certainly looking like war could be the possible, if not inevitable, conclusion, with more troops being sent to Iran and countermeasures on both sides gearing up. So the question now on everyone's mind is, will this be World War III? Well, the answer is not so simple as yes or no, as for warfare to be considered a world war, multiple countries must be involved, and the United States' biggest threat is not Iran, but more so Russia. Iran and Russia have a military alliance, and Russia outnumbers the US in nuclear warheads, but Putin and Trump have shown a great relationship, so I highly doubt that'll lead to Cold War II electric boogaloo. So with that out of the way, let's have a look at how a war between Iran and the United States would go down. Here are a couple of Iran's options. Nuclear warfare is most likely never going to happen due to a variety of certain factors. The US has a way bigger nuclear stockpile due to having, a 50-year head start, and the biggest world powers have nuclear countermeasures in place should an attack on them go down. The US's capability to launch nukes anywhere in the world surpasses pretty much every other country except Russia, of course, due to unofficial satellite states as well as the Navy. So the nuclear warfare option is pretty much completely out of the picture. Conventional warfare is the standard option, though they have very little chance of winning at all. Iran, though powerful in its own right, is not even in the top 10 strongest countries in the world. Only 2 other countries could possibly stand a chance in a prolonged fight with the United States, and those countries are the top 2 and 3, China and Russia. Iran's military assets mostly consist of imported arms or hand-me-down foreign technology from the late 90s, retrofitted with newer technology. Iran's military budget is $20 billion. Yes, $20 billion. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that $20 billion isn't a lot of money, but when your rival country's space exploration program, which has gone down significantly in budget since the space race, actually gets more money than your military every single year, I'm not so sure you'd stand the biggest of chances in a war against said power. Oh, and that's not mentioning the United States' $600 billion that goes into those really nice F-35As. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Modern conventional warfare relies heavily on logistics and air superiority, and with the US's large air force and naval fleets patrolling international seas, it's easy to provide air support in combat, so Iran has very little chance here. Iran could potentially use guerrilla tactics in order to delay and prolong their conflict in hopes of achieving an outcome that's a bit more in their favor. Here's the problem. The US has learned much from its only loss in a war, armed conflict with Vietnam. They will most likely resort to other methods, such as more surgical strikes and carpet bombing. The final option for Iran would possibly be to stage another attack on US soil. However, this is not the smartest decision, as it will throw massive political support for the United States military, and it'll pretty much devolve until one side is completely starved of resources, and I can tell you firsthand, it will not be the United States. So that's a few options on how Iran could theoretically topple the US. And to be honest, I'm not that far from the nation's capital, so absolutely no worries in my head at all of Iran just coming through and dropping a nuke. Yep, I'm completely and totally calm. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like. Thanks for watching. I'm Flowmotion, and I'm out.
I really want you to fix my